Hi, this is Colleen from Keeping the Peace, and welcome back to another episode of Colleen Answers Your Questions. Today we're answering a question that is in the down bar from episode 8 of this series, the one where we talked about switching eye dominance. The question comes from a lady named Jessica Angel here on YouTube. I'll link that here. Here we go. It says, I have another question about eye dominance. About 2 weeks ago was the first time that I'd ever heard of it. My husband showed me the test where you make the aperture and you draw it back to your dominant eye. This weekend I took a, much to my surprise, I'm right-handed and I was coming up as left eye dominant. This weekend I took a basic pistol course, and when the instructor was discussing this and having the class determine theirs, I went ahead and did the test again. Much to my chagrin, I was coming up right eye dominant. Today I've been viewing some of your new shooter videos and eye dominance came up again, so I checked several times more. Left eye mostly, but as I turn around the room attempting to focus on different things and recheck it, I get different results. What could be going on? Have you ever heard of this? I have terrible vision and I use corrective contact lenses. Could this possibly be why? Thank you and God bless. My first question back to her was, do you have different contact lenses for different eyes? Like, I've had several students that had a lens for long distance and a lens for short distance. That can definitely cause a problem with that. She said that she had the same prescription in both eyes, so that kind of blew that idea. My guess with her is that she's a lot like I am, with a very slightly dominant eye. She may have a really easy time switching eye dominance. Sometimes if you're focusing on things that are either further or shorter distance, sometimes it can confuse you a little bit and you just need to take a little bit of a break in between testing yourself. If you're just jumping from object to object, you might just need to let your eyes rest for a second. When you go shooting, if you're not shooting crazy, don't worry too much about your dominant eye because your body is naturally going to aim your gun. If you're hitting crazy, then you need to really figure out the issue. You definitely don't want to make too big of a deal out of eye dominance because you can start confusing yourself. Almost always with most people, your body will naturally point your gun or point anything. Like if you're just going to point at an object, generally you'll line up your pointer with your dominant eye. Hardly anybody would point at something and line it up with the other eye. That would just be really weird. You would end up pointing to the wrong spot. Let me know, Jessica, because we hadn't gotten that far in our discussion yet. Are you, I say shooting crazy, that kind of sounds bad, but are your hits falling in a group? Is your group very far off of where you're aiming? Or are your shots kind of everywhere? Let me know. Let me know in the down bar, because it's kind of hard to diagnose somebody sometimes from just hearing a little bit of a description of what they're doing. It's a lot easier when you can see them or see a target. That tells you a whole lot. But let me know down below, Jessica, are you grouping or not? And if you are grouping, where is your group falling on your target? I'm curious about that. And then try the pointing exercise and see which one of your eyes just naturally lines up. Don't overthink it. Just point.